well go use it on these guys, because I think I'm gonna have some visitors.
Yeah, get some good distance sniping in. You were slaying stuff yesterday with that. But I mean, mid-level range compared to like those long range shots, there's nothing more satisfying than
Oh, I know, right?
getting like 300-400 yards.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we'll have to try that. I'll have to try to find like a mine or something where I can like do that. Okay, let's see. These are I have the wanted trait. These are probably bounty hunters. Let's see.
I don't know how, but when I was doing my video,
Uh-huh.
I came across, I think it was the mod Bedlam.
Oh yeah, Bedlam.
That
Yeah.
yeah. So I just landed somewhere, and there was like 40 Ecliptic mercenaries that were all right in that spot, and I was like, hey, this couldn't be more perfect.
Down. I don't think there's any. They're probably already at my place. Stupid bounty hunters. That's funny. Alright, let's see. Is there a setup for it that makes it more short range? Like, is
There
there...
is.
Okay.
So under the hood of this,
Uh-huh.
so just to give like a little quick backstory on it, I didn't necessarily plan on making a rifle. I was editing and doing stuff with the other things, and when I decided to separate out Longwatch, it was originally part of my other work, so it had like ballistics attached to it and all of these different additions, so I had to separate that out. And when I was attaching these traits and things, it's all the base level. So when you were looking at messing with it in the workbench the other day, you were saying like, oh, that should change a stat or do something. That's all vanilla for those specific
Oh.
things. So it's interesting that it doesn't change the stats, and I was kind of confused when I was looking at it too. But that's just attaching the base level perks.
Stats. Yeah.
Yeah, perks and stats, and any of the I guess like you have the templates that you attach for like armor piercing and all of that to the actual OMOD itself.
Uh-huh.
That's just connecting those directly, just like they would be set up on any other weapon. So I'm not sure why they don't change the stats specifically. And actually, I got really confused because I think I got over 100% accuracy on one of them.
Uh-huh.
With the version 1.1 update. I don't remember. I think it's like long barrel and a few other things just max that stat beyond 100%. I don't even know how that's possible.
Huh. Well, what's funny about that? Do you know that? Okay, so there was a space shuttle engine. See, I actually do understand that. Those are benchmarks. So let's say, okay, for example, when the engine for the space shuttle was first, constructed, and it went through all its testing on how much power, how much, all that stuff. So that has a particular value, right?
Yeah.
So, but over, that's what's so funny when people are like, well, yeah, the space shuttle, but why are they still using that after 40 years or whatever like that? Well, they continue to improve it, okay? So the engine itself, like the amount of power that it was able to put out, actually improved where when it was, by the time it retired, the engines were at 180%.
That's the thing is like if something like technology works, almost guaranteed that they're going to try and add to it and not just start something new. If you look at any of the military's aircraft,
yeah, exactly.
for instance, like they just keep sinking money into the same platform, and eventually like the cost outweighs the performance that you get from it. So
right,
that's
yeah,
when they finally
do
retire
something
something.
new. Yeah,
Yeah, but like the A-10 Warthog, for example, like they want to retire that aircraft because it's so expensive to continue to sink money into because of the pieces that you have to replace. But if it's still doing the job and outperforming something, it costs way more to do the research and development into creating a whole new platform that does essentially the same thing.
Right, right. Yeah. So so I am a space nerd. One of my first job out of college was working at Space Academy because I live in a space town, a NASA town. And
That's so awesome.
yeah, so to get that job, I had to basically memorize a 300-page binder about NASA and all the stuff. So like I know all kinds of useless facts about NASA, and they come out in my stream quite a bit actually. Um, but
That's fantastic. When you love something, it's easy to just overload on that. Like I'm a
oh
wealth
yeah,
of information for the military like that just because if you love something it sticks easily, right? Like I remember
yeah.
when I was in school and they're like, "Oh, memorize all of this." And I'm like, "But I don't care about that and it has no relevance to me." Like how can you throw the passion into something you just don't care about? But that's perfect for Starfield for you.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
I
that's
mean,
why
I bet you
I
people love
really
that.
love Starfield. I mean, because it's like there's a lot of stuff that I see that are like, yeah, that's actually really realistic, and and then there's some stuff that's not like, okay, for example, one of the things that we had, they actually dismantled it in the 90s, but we had one of the tanks, right? One of the big water tanks where they would practice all their missions, and um,
You talking about the swimming pools that they get in
yeah,
that simulate zero G?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 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 zero G tank. Um, and the one in Houston is like way bigger, but they actually used this like quite a bit. They did some of the work for fixing the Hubble here in Huntsville. Um, but anyway, so I was kind of lucky that I worked there before 9/11 because after 9/11 you couldn't go out there anymore.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I bet you they bump security up like crazy.
yeah. So, but I mean, I literally got to stand. I actually got to climb the test stand and stand in front of that space shuttle engine I was telling you about. I mean, I got to stand. I was like 6 feet from it. I could have reached out and touched it, basically.
Are
Um,
they particular about the tiles on it? Because I know, like, if you're around, like, my father was in the Air Force when I was little, and we used to go and look at like the F-117s and stuff, and they would have perimeters around that aircraft, and if any of those little flakes for the stealth would fall off of it, like they had teams that were standing by to make sure that no one ever knew what that aircraft was made of.
well,
I would imagine.
the engines not so much because the engines were. Ooh, that's funny. He didn't see me. Ooh, that's funny.
Get ready for the boom!
It's crazy that this weapon is holding up with a Darkstar playthrough without being Darkstar patched.
Oh, I know. No, it totally is. I'm. I was really surprised, and at first, I mean, because I literally said at the beginning of the thing, I'm like, well, I probably wouldn't use this weapon because it doesn't have a Dark Star patch, and I'm like,
I heard you, yeah.
screw the Dark Star patch. I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, once it does, I mean, some of the stats and things that I've been looking at for the Darkstar team that patched it, I'm like, that's crazy. You're looking at like 21, 22,000 compared to the 2,000 that's holding up. Seems like just fine once you hit him in the head.
Well, what's funny is, I mean, look at what my weapon is, though. The one that I've been using is the Wilson Davis. You see the Wilson Davis?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's automatic too, so I mean, that's
Yeah,
still
yeah, that's
wild.
why.
Yeah, so if you're setting up Longwatch 4 like more close quarters. Obviously, you have the automatic. I think you put automatic on your setup,
Oh,
didn't you?
no, I don't think I did. I don't
So
know. Maybe. I'll
it's
have to look. I think I
it's
did. I think
it's
I did.
pretty. Yeah, I think you did when you set it up, and that's good because it's almost like I was thinking Halo 1 pistol style for
Uh-huh.
automatic, so you can hold the trigger down and it'll just keep cycling rounds, and it technically does just a little bit faster
Oh, okay.
than if you're doing just semi-automatic only. So it has like I think the actual stats are like point 2 for rounds per second, which is what the actual Barrett 50 cal is on semi-auto. Well, on automatic, I just matched whatever the Halo 1 pistol is. So you can
Okay.
hold it down. It just starts spreading out a little bit, but when you're in those close quarters situations and you have like I don't know, some guy pops around the corner and surprises you. You can hold down the trigger, and the spread does get a little crazy, and it's you have to fight it. I think after about 5 rounds, it starts to get pretty unruly, but it's
Hmm.
still a nice option to be able to say, "Oh, dang, I was caught off guard," but I can lay down some suppressive level fire on whatever target that's coming at you,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try setting up one that's like meant for close quarters, and we'll see.
like a breach style weapon. The last thing I would want is a 50 cal in an environment that's um, like a sealed oxygen container that you could
Oh,
pierce,
right,
but
right.
but for the purposes of you know clearing with the highest caliber weapon, it's definitely nice.
So, yeah, so what I was gonna say about things that were like realistic and not. Actually, I saw a video of a NASA engineer looking at. He was like really impressed with how they did the docking. Um, but the docking would not be. You would not start docking it at like you know that close. You would start docking miles away probably. So it's like that. That's not terribly realistic. They would give themselves more than 500 meters to start docking. Um, that was one thing. The other one was um, oh, spacesuits. So at this place where they had this big water tank, the big water tank thing, um,
Yeah,
they had plaster casts of all the Apollo astronauts' hands, like like on display. Like they had like displays like in the lobby of it,
that's
and
cool.
so to like make it like super, because you have to do these like super minute, things, holding tools and that kind of stuff. That the you know so you wouldn't just be stripping stuff off of people and putting it on. I mean, like that was the
Oh yeah, no, they made those suits and everything specifically to fit those people exactly because I'm sure that
right.
any minute tolerance in any of that could be catastrophic or I mean pressure could blow your glove off or something crazy. I mean, you have no idea.
So that's funny.
And then
Rich just
it's too
says they're
late when
just
you
more
get up there.
efficient than their docking procedures are just way more efficient.
What's up, Lone
Okay,
Bane?
Rich.
I wanted to give Lone Bane a shout out. He's the one that told me to reach out to you.
Oh yeah,
Um,
definitely.
so yeah, so thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Somebody also said something about we need a 50 cal Tommy
That's
gun.
right, Rich. I live in the Rocket
It's
City.
it's interesting because the default fire rate is that Halo 1 pistol, but when you pick up brake force, it does increase the fire rate on that. Which I mean, if you wanted, you could go find these legendary variations and compare them. They're in super easy spots to get to along the main UC quest line. But I mean, wherever that you want to go, I don't know if we have like a specific idea for going over this in any way or questions that you wanted to ask. But the main one that I saw yesterday was that you were like, it's interesting. It's not really changing the stats, but I don't know. That's how vanilla sets it up. So that was
Yeah.
really the only negative thing that I could catch on yesterday's playthrough.
Let's see. Well, I'm gonna try to set up another one in a second. Hold on. Let's see. Wait, where are my ship hacking tools? Okay.
Do you have the multi-pack mod where you can click on a UC meal and it breaks it into multiple? I always
No,
thought that was so cool. It's such a simple mod, but I'm like, I can't eat 3 of these at once, so I better be able to break it up into a meal.
that's funny. I had a mod. I used to have a mod that would let you
Have high hopes, but it turns
break.
out this
You could.
place isn't so bad.
Oh wait, let me get this guy. All right, now guys, this is not even Darkstar yet. Okay. He's
What
sitting there.
level is this guy?
Oh,
Because I didn't realize.
357.
Oh gosh, because like I didn't realize, but on mine I had an edit to like the SWF files that hides like their rank and everything when I was doing my
Uh-huh.
record because I just dropped it in with a loose file. So none of the enemies were showing their ranks when I was doing my recording for it, and I was like, oh, I didn't even realize that till after the whole video was done.
Those must be peaceful. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. I'll show you in case people are wondering. Yeah, 357. And
I'm
all
glad
of
there's
my
no difference there.
skills, all of my skills are maxed. So that's that's a thing too. So like my rifle skills and all that kind of stuff, you know, if I'm hiding, I'm doing 3 times the damage.
That's one thing that I can admit that I did not test with is maximum stats on everything. Normally, I'm testing on like a level 50 character, and I have uh, maybe just the first perk of everything, so that
Uh-huh.
then I have access to all of it for, you know, switching things around in the workbench and all of that. I have bat files that I just put on, and it just maxes out the first rank of everything, not full on, but it seems like it's holding up either way, which is good.
Oh yeah. No, I would totally use this. I would totally use it. It's cool.
Seems like you're getting some good outdoor level.
I
Too bad
wonder.
there's not some guys just in the valley there or something. That would be
Right,
perfect.
right. Hold on. Probably could get a vector back. We'll go and find something. Let's see.
One of the areas that I like testing that I actually could figure out the general yard range of is on Mars. When you're on Sidonia,
Uh-huh.
if you walk back past the landing platforms, probably about, I'd say it's probably about a mile distance, there's that hidden mining facility that you pop out in whenever you're doing the Red Devil quest.
Oh, uh-huh.
You can walk up on that hill and there's a good uh, few different shots, or if you walk behind the hill, you can get shots up to about 400 meters.
Alright, let's see. Oh, we can tell because we got that. Alright, let's not kill the civilians. Hold on. Somehow I got a survey. Funny. Alright, let's see. What's that?
You know, I wish I played this game more. I've been making stuff for it for about 2 years now, and I have so much of the content that I've been making, but I've been playing it, and then if a test file breaks because of a script or something, I'll just restart. So it's like I'm never truly
Oh.
getting into the depth of it. So it's really cool to see such a high level character with a bunch of different mods and stuff, and you're having such a blast.
Okay, babe. Uh, hey Betty. Calm down there, baby. Alright, let's see. That's funny. Yeah, that's pretty fun. I like the outdoor stuff just because it's so easy to see. Let's see.
Yeah, especially with a recon laser, just highlighting things for you,
Right.
or even the recon scope, too.
I think I'm not. I think I'm using the medium scope. Can't
Yeah,
remember.
you're using what I consider like the signature optic for it. Um, I really liked the look, and I developed that optic first for him because I was like, there's not really an allied looking long scope for this thing, so how do I develop it? But I didn't use pieces from any other weapons. I see so many different weapons that are the on creations where they'll say it's developed by Allied Armaments, but they'll use pieces from Laredo and from Combat Tech and stuff.
Right.
And I specifically made sure that nothing on this weapon was used on anything other than just the
Yes,
Allied
Allied.
Armament stuff.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you wanted to preserve the look. Did you make this in Blender or what did you do?
I did. Yeah. So I kind of figured out my own structure of how to take apart the NIF files and export out just the geometry pieces that I needed, or in some cases the full weapon. And then I would make my edits and stuff on it, and then I'd pull that back in and reattach them over top of
Hmm.
like say the drum beat is the base for this, which a lot of people have complained about the hand placement in the front. I really wish that we had custom animations. I got a friend that's really good at animations, and if we had the tools, he would be able to do such a killer job. And it really sells the way that a weapon feels when you have like the recoil of it, or even just the idle animations and stuff. It totally
Yeah.
changes the personality of it, and I cannot wait to make custom animations for this because that front hand placement does irritate me too. But in first person, it looks like you're holding the front of the magazine well, so it's acceptable. But if I was to switch this over to any other type of animation, the problem would be that I would get rid of the front sling ring that moves, the reciprocating charging handle after every fire, and then also front magazine placement with that charging the bolt, which was like what I wanted the real power of the weapon to be. Was like the bolt operation, and only Drumbeat had a forward-facing animation with a cocking of the bolt. So
Yeah.
it's whatever that we have the availability to do
Well,
with the
the
current tools.
animation tools thing, I think eventually we will have them. Just because it just seems like the next logical step. I don't have any insider information that says that, but and I know that King Gath is asking for it. I know that
Yeah,
that's
and he's the only one that's done some custom level animation with his um, double barreled shotgun that he did with uh, gosh, what's that mod called?
Watchtower.
Uh, no,
No.
his
Oh,
portal
oh,
to
oh. Yeah,
hell
yeah. Doom.
thing.
The Doom. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hell's
his Doom
Gate. Hell's
shotgun.
Gate. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
So.
Yeah, they're very rudimentary at best. I've looked into them a little bit. I'm not an animator. I'm a 3D modeler and texture kind of guy. So I would definitely sublet that out because if somebody can do it better than me,
Yeah.
then I'll have them do it. But that the front hand placement was something that I was like, okay, I don't say it's good enough, like hardly ever, but if that's the very best that we can do without doing crazy weird stuff. I know some people have talked about you can do like weird swaps and things with like the actual character race and a few other things. I think I was talking to the guy that
Yeah.
made the Jagger 556 and he was giving me some ideas, but I just wanted to actually be an animation for it
Right. Oh, I
and
guess
not
I.
some weird trick to just make it look okay.
Let me see if I can make myself another. Get myself another long watch. Help. Okay. Let's see.
trying to keep up with the chat here.
Okay,
And see
yeah.
people.
Go ahead while I do this, because this is probably boring to watch. Okay. 7. I'm just gonna get 2.
It's interesting because it says like Restream bot. So I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know if
Restream.
that's.
If
Yeah.
it says Restream, that means that it's from they're watching on YouTube. I dual cast.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, paper on the defense industry could be very in depth, for sure. That's there's a lot to go over there. I think one of the last things I was working on in one of my school projects was like all the different weapon systems and everything that the military uses. But the military-industrial complex is unlimited budgets for basically anything that you want.
The other really crazy thing about that, I was telling you about that engine, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm standing in front of the engine, and I'm literally looking at this little pipe, and it's hooked up to this little piece, and the little pipe, it literally says this is made by McDonnell Douglas, and the little piece it was hooked to was made by Boeing. I mean, it's like, I mean, it had like every little piece of it had a brand on it, and there was probably 6 different companies that made different pieces that went to that, and that really struck me as being crazy. Like, wow.
And each piece costs $1 million something. It would be
sure.
I think it would be really cool if we got some NASA level engineers that started making paid creations so they could say, hey, here's actually how it is, you know, and get into the nitty gritty. Because we were talking about like docking. I've always wanted a docking mod where you have to get close, and it's not necessarily a mini game, but like you have to get like right on it and line your ship up perfect before it gives you the prompt to be able to dock. Like your ship actually has to be perfectly in line with it. But I like hyper realistic stuff like that. I see that you're running the oxygen.
Yeah.
Is it TN's?
Yeah.
TN's oxygen? Yeah. I run all of that stuff, real fuel, all of that.
Yeah, I was running real fuel, but I got annoyed with it.
Yeah, you get stuck if you don't prior prepare, and especially if you're trying to stream into a bunch of other stuff, you just get stuck, and then you're kind of killing your own vibe.
What did I just
at that
do?
point.
Wait a minute.
Are you gonna build a different variation of it?
Oh shit! Did I just like recycle it? I didn't mean to do that. Okay, there we go. We'll use this one. Okay, so like, how would you, if you were me, how would you set this up if you wanted to make it specifically for close quarters?
So start with the barrel length and put the barrel on short barrel. I made it to where with a suppressor, it's gonna just be almost like a Mark 18 like CQB level rifle. It's just end of the barrel, start of the suppressor. So that keeps it short length. With laser, it doesn't really matter. I mean, standard laser sight gives enough to your hip fire and everything that it helps. For scopes, you could do recon if you wanted to, but the upsized reflex sight is kind of primarily how I've set up the boarding action kind of thing. Yeah. So
now tell me which ones that you made while we're sitting here looking at them. Which ones did you
like do custom edits to?
Yeah.
So all of them, I mean, I had to edit like on the vertice level everything to some extent, but the so it's not like I just took pieces and just put them together. I had to completely edit, and it broke some of the UVs for textures, and I had to retexture a lot of things using the existing textures. I saw somebody was like, oh, these textures don't look as good as the like some of the other paid mods, but this is just using the existing textures to try and save you size when you're downloading the mod, because we have only so much space, especially on consoles. So I was figuring reusing the existing textures, there's no better way to try and match that. But you could run short break if you wanted to. That's kind of the signature base look, but the compensator definitely helps for that automatic fire if you set it up. For a CQB weapon, that's the primary thing you're trying to fight.
Okay.
Grip tactical or standard. The ergonomic grip seems to kind of be more for like your sniper level setup, but
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
and then stocks the
tactical.
Standard or tactical, yeah. I think the stabilizing stock, at least for like the looks, is more of like your full on sniper look. And then magazine, I mean, if you're going to be close quarters, you definitely want the extra ammunition from that. The large magazine is helpful.
Okay.
And then internal, if you put hair trigger on, it'll be firing faster, or if you want high powered, but I mean, you're still looking at 600 something. So if you're landing 600 or 700 damage on every shot, it's only going to take a few, I think.
Okay.
And that's kind of the general gist of the boarding.
Huh.
So you like that tactical black, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I like black.
It looks pretty sharp. I'm a really big fan. Like, I thought 50 Shades of FDE would be my favorite, and it matches like most planets really well. But the AMR navy gray, I tried to do that to look like it's your typical Barrett 50 cal without like any sort of camo or anything on it. So usually looks pretty sharp.
I'll just use whatever I have. Let's see. I don't think
aiming
speed does shit, but we'll just use it. Let's see. Let's see what I can get. Space adept. Oh, that's pretty good.
Space adept would be good for if you were just using it to board people's ships.
Yeah,
right? It's like
I mean, but anti-personnel is I can
the
use
best,
it anywhere, yeah.
Universal, yeah.
Oh, lacerate's not bad. Oh, shattering. Yeah, that's optimal. Okay. And yeah, I'm not sure why anyone would do that. That sounds crazy. Okay. All right.
So did you just build a second version of it? You didn't get rid of your other one, did you?
No,
oh,
yeah,
no, you
I
didn't.
downloaded
it's
two.
Right there. I see it.
Alright, so now I got like a lower version, like a close-up version. What I usually do is I put my short range weapon as a 2 and the long one at 4. So that's what I usually do. Alright, let's go see what we can kill.
Huh. Didn't think you were still around.
It is pretty funny. Okay.
By your lead, Captain.
I should put explosion on one and like give it to her because she.
Oh yeah, the explosive rounds are savage. They so on the highest tier, if you find the highest legendary version.
She's gonna kill me though, so with it. That's what would happen.
You should just give her one of the legendary variations. Have her running around with that.
Now, where do you get the legendary variation? I didn't
know
there's
a couple different places that I hid them along the UC quest line.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so if you start out with the Vanguard and you do the very first mission, you're gonna unlock the sniper variation. I think it's the gourmet facility.
Yeah. let's do it.
you find that, and you don't even have to be doing the missions either. You can just land in these spots and they'll do it. So I think it's Tau Ceti.
Oh,
So
all
it's
right.
over. Yeah, I think it's that one. Yep.
Well, okay. I will tell you that will bork if you ever intend to do it. If you land there and touch anything, it borks the quest. So don't do that. Kind of learned
It
that the
does.
hard way. Oh yeah, it totally does. All right, hold on. I gotta get rid of some contraband. Yep. What happened was the door wouldn't open. You know that little door that opens and the Terrormorph is outside.
Yeah.
There's like it won't open. That door won't open. That's what happened to me, and I'm like,
It's
whoops.
like it damages the quest.
Yes, I did. I didn't even do anything except for I went and got the Radburn because I wanted the gun. But then I ended up doing the quest and it borked it. And so I was like, okay, don't go there and touch anything. You
So
wouldn't
the
think
way
that the
that
gun would do that, you know?
I wouldn't think so, but the way that at least where I placed it, you don't even have to touch anything. You just land. So if landing is the issue, then that might cause a problem. But you don't touch any doors or anything. All you do is just walk down from where you land, and it's like
Okay, hold on.
right on the
I'm gonna do a
one of the
hard
platforms.
save.
Yeah, just in case.
I'm gonna write the time down. Hold on. 10:15. Because I can just go back to this time if I need to.
It looks like you're actually closer to. You could go in order of like the distance that you're at,
Oh,
and
what's
just go get the highest. So if you go to the Alpha Centauri system, I think it's Teoloman
Oh,
that's
Tolman?
attached.
Yeah, hold on. I
Yeah,
gotta get rid of my contraband. I forgot to do that.
breaking the law.
No. I'm a spacer. This is my spacer playthrough.
AJ, you buy the weapon from any vendor that's selling snipers. If you download Longwatch right now, Longwatch 1.0, it would spawn at level 40, but it's currently like in 1.1 that Sweet Pea is testing. It'll spawn at level 20, which is going to be right in line with your hard target and any of the other snipers. So I didn't want to just give it to you at like level 0. Although you can go find the legendary variations, they're not locked behind anything. Technically, those quests are right in the beginning, so you can kind of get around if you wanted it at level 5 by doing that Vanguard quest. But you'll find the weapon naturally on enemies and stuff at starting at level 20.
Yeah, I wasn't finding it on anybody. I had to go buy it. That's what one of the things I
Interesting.
wanted to let you know. And
Yeah, I dropped it into every possible list that I could get a hold of for enemies and stuff. So that might be something that I need to look into.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Oh, I had a corpse. Okay. Alright, now I should be good. Okay.
And look at all that money.
I know, right?
Good day.
Yeah, I'm a rich spacer. That's why I decided, okay, I can make myself a base now because I have all of this money.
I can tell by your ship. That thing is pretty badass looking.
I know. Here, I'll show you this. I'm making a spacer, like, ship hab. And this is the captain's quarters. So you got
Oh,
a galley.
Lone Bane said that he found it on an NPC. So they're out there. It's just
Okay.
I didn't want to like you find it 24/7. But anyways, continue. Your badass ship.
Yeah, so I made this. It has all the workbenches and all that kind of stuff. A little bit of, so even if you want to make a small ship, you can pretty much have like everything you want. One hab almost.
Yeah, it's always nice to have that stuff like more compact instead of taking up an entire room with vanilla.
That's probably what I'm known for, is those small little workbenches.
Yeah.
Pressure holding. Takeoff looks good.
Name of the mod, Apocalypse, is Allied Armaments Longwatch 50? Is that what?
Yep, 50 caliber anti-material rifle, or 50 AMR is what it is on creations.
Kit complete. Orbit steady.
Okay.
It is free lanes compatible. So when I released this to Q&A, which is the Bethesda testing team, it actually was in queue as of March, which is way before the free lanes and all that stuff came out. And I wasn't part of their Discord server, which I've heard from a couple of people you don't have to be, but I just was
kinda
browsing
will be,
yeah, I was browsing the Starfield modding page one day, and I saw cartography was at the top, and it said that they were a Bethesda person that's like over the community. And I sent him a message and said, hey, I've been a verified creator and have all my stuff and everything good, but I never got this invite in my email. And they said, well, I see your creations in there, and all you got to do is create a post and everything, and then they'll start looking at it. So it was in QA way before. So by the time that they released it, which was, I didn't realize that they're the one that clicks publish. They published it before I even had the opportunity to do anything about it. I already had all of like the legendary options available in there. They just weren't hooked up because free lanes wasn't out for me to attach the proper forms. So that's one of the things that that we're testing now in version 1.1, is that all of the options for legendary variations and everything is going to attach properly now, so you can do all of the re-rolls for your legendary stuff. Nice, we're going after the... I don't want to say it's the best, but it's definitely the most destructive to the enemy.
Okay.
Is that epic or legendary variation. So just walk back like you're going to the main mission. And you'll just see that little 2-story building there. Just walk inside, and it'll be in an open crate on the ground. And this is Shock Lance. So Shock Lance has... pull up the stats here. Shock Lance has Furious, Staggering, and Concussive on there with explosive rounds. Let's see if the Marine's standing on it. Yep.
Must have taken a hell of a
Get off
long
my
time to
rifle.
end up here.
That's funny. You can move him. You can move his spawn point.
Yeah, I should, cause
I mean, you only have to move it, like, just move it up a little bit. It's not a big deal.
yeah.
Okay, anything else says I'm stealing it, so.
Yep, that's the only thing's free on this place, but it's the only thing really that you would actually not want to leave behind. Yeah, everything else is just kind of to set you up for the mission. I think it's locked behind starting the quest, probably.
Furious, Staggering, Concussive.
Yeah, so if you take that into the legendary workbench and do some stuff to it, it's I was shooting enemies in my recording for my YouTube overview. I was shooting them even though they were behind boxes and stuff. I was still getting them.
That's cool.
Yeah, nice. You kind of have like a indirect fire capability with it.
Alright, let's see. We're gonna go kill some Terrormorphs.
Yep, that's kind of why I said it right there, because those Terrormorphs are tough.
Landing struts prime.
They're not as tough if you're level 357,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah. I'm just
The
gonna
first
put
time-
that out there because people are gonna get it and be like, wait a minute, how come hers is so much cooler? It's like, okay.
Yeah. They're not as scary the 100th time, but I mean, I don't want to say that. Like I've been building and testing. I haven't really been playing, and I still don't like coming across them on my files. But the first time I ever faced one, like the very beginning of the game, I was panicking a little bit. I was
That's
like, this
funny.
thing doesn't
Oh
die.
yeah, the
But
first time I found it, yeah, it scared the shit out of me, for sure.
their mind games and everything that they mess with
Yeah.
you.
Now I literally have pet terrormorphs, but you know,
We've domesticated them.
I know. Oh, actually, this guy, I need his DNA. Oh, he's a big boy. The milk is like really good. Hold on. Bighorn. I'll show you why I liked it. Treats
Bighorn milk.
Yeah, see? It cures you of all these things. Actually, this is like one of my favorite planets. I mean, what's funny is if you go on Tolimon and you like really survey it, you realize like what a real tragedy the whole thing was, because it's like such a great place. It's really beautiful and makes you feel more sorry for Torin too.
Yeah, it's funny when you're trying to land here and you aren't part of the quest. They'll try and turn you away, and you can just ignore him. And he's like, "All right, bro, it's your funeral."
Right?
You're like, "Oh, "Hey, I'm just following the tutorial to get this shock lance, okay?"
That's right. Oh, so is that what your video was? Like a tutorial?
Yeah, a general overview, because one of the things that people asked for was like, "Hey, where do you find the legendary locations for these weapons?" And I just had them in the legendary loot pool, which, if you would just be normally playing the game, you would come across them eventually, and I wanted them to kind of be like exclusive, like you're trying to collect them. But when people made the argument that, okay, well, you're purchasing this, you want to be able to utilize them, I was like, okay, I'll set them along the UC quest line, and I set them in a nice little line to where you could collect them all just by playing that. So when you do the very first mission and you come across the first Terrormorph on the gourmet facility, you find the first one that'll help you kill that first Terrormorph, and that's in the sniper configuration that everyone would like be going after. And then you play, and when you go back to Captain Tiola, I think his name.
Tuala.
Tuala. Yeah, you go talk to him. He'll give you the option to either branch off into the Crimson Fleet quest line,
Right.
or just continue on. And when you do that, you can go to the Vigilance, and you'll find the close quarters boarding action version, Break Force, on the UC Vigilance bridge. And then
Okay.
you just continue the normal quest line on, and eventually you'll get to that point where you'll find Shock Lance right before you fight all of the Terrormorphs on this planet. So I tried to line it all up. Or you could just go get arrested if you just wanted Break Force and be aboard the Vigilance.
Huh. I can usually find a Terrormorph here. It's funny, usually Terrormorphs are all over the place, and of course, if I'm actually looking for a Terrormorph, I'm not going to find it.
I usually find them in the frozen
There's one.
areas.
Nah, they're all over the place.
Yeah, you're just gonna decimate this poor guy.
Oh,
Where did he just go?
They get buried under. They bury
Oh,
themselves
yeah.
underground.
I didn't see the animation for it. It just looked like he just
There wasn't
disappeared.
one. Yeah, he did. He just disappeared. I don't think he's gone though. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, the UC quest line, I don't know. I always find myself going back to UC.
Huh. Well, this is like the short range one, and I still like was able to get it do a pretty long shot, really. The water's safe here too. I have pictures of me and Torin sitting in here like it's a hot tub.
Nice.
I know, it's funny.
So the close quarters versions will still work for distance, but
Yeah.
to get the max stats out, like you can hit that long barrel and stuff. It definitely, you can feel the difference when you are in closer quarters. There he is. Or maybe that's a different one.
It is a different one. I just one-shot it with the sniper version.
Dang. Well, you got Hitman on that thing too, right?
Sorry, chump. Better you than me.
Think so.
So if you have
Hitman, Shattering, Bloodthirsty, Anti-Personnel. Yep. Yeah, think about it if I had instigating on it. Like, damn.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Overstrike has instigating on it for quadruple damage, so that definitely, if you hit him with
Yeah, I
Hitman,
should do that.
multiply that by 25% on top of the quadruple, and you drop stuff.
Yeah, I should go ahead and put instigating on there.
Power. The reason why I chose to put it only on the UC quest line is because it has like stamp markings for UC Navy property and stuff, so it's almost like there. So this not lore based, but I mean just in general, right? Allied Armaments doesn't, they're a military manufacturer, but they don't have a sniper rifle, and that was just confusing to me. I didn't understand why they wouldn't have some level of competitor to the hard target. If you're selling to the UC Navy or the UC military in general, normally you have competing contracts for these military level weapons, right? So it just kind of was weird that they didn't have one. So that's kind of, I started building Longwatch, and I was like, oh, well, I'm already doing all of these edits to these different weapons. I should just make like a full custom weapon, and it just kind of started from there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's cool that you were in the military, so you probably know something more about military weapons than most people would.
So that's kind of where this work started, was if I look at the Starfield weapons and I can see every flaw. I don't want to say flaw because it's kind of mean, but if they subletted out this work, so like one team would work on the Laredo weapons and another team would work on the combat tech weapons, you find differences in the way that they built the guns that's kind of like weird. Like some weapons you can look down the barrel and you can see the bullet. Other weapons you can't, and it's just almost like a flat texture, so like the barrel isn't even actually a hole. But with these designs, you look at them and you can see, okay, this would never actually function because the magazine isn't in line with the bolt that isn't in line with the barrel, and it doesn't even have a spot like that you would actually chamber the weapon. So I started just meticulously editing the weapons to try and make them what I say grammatically correct to where they would function. And then it continued, and I've been editing all of the weapons. I'm trying to kind of figure out how I'm going to like package that for people. It's probably just going to be like per manufacturer. So all of the Laredo level weapons, for instance, would all just be like in a pack. Dang, you dropped that guy too.
Yeah, so hey guys, if you are worried about getting this without it having a Darkstar patch yet, fear not. Fear not, it is a beast.
But yeah, that's kind of how it started, and then I was like, well, I'm already doing all these weapon edits, and I see that there's this gap here, so I should just fill in with a competitor to the hard target, and that's kind of how it became its thing. And it's because it's a UC military level weapon, that's why it's not found on any other quest lines.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. But you can buy it, so it's not like you can't.
Oh yeah, you'll find it all over the place.
Yeah, it's not like if you wanted to do a bounty hunter playthrough or and not really touch the UC, you can still get it. I was able to buy it at Neon Tactical, but so you could get it at UC Distribution or anywhere like that too. Is that?
Yeah, you'll find it on all the different. You'll find it on basically anywhere that sells a sniper rifle or sells allied armament weapons, or I mean most manufacturers have like I think a 40% chance to carry it.
Oh, okay, so you got. So I was like, why is it, if it's UC, why is it sold in neon? And I mean, because I thought that was like the only place it was sold. I didn't realize that it was I didn't realize it was a UC like military gun at all. I did not realize that. So.
Well, it's I guess it would be contracted to them, right? So that's
Right,
why I
right,
hid
right.
the legendary variants on there. But as far as finding it, I mean, you can find M16s for sale in Pakistan, right? Even though
Oh yeah.
it's our current issue military weapon for the Marines, like you'll still find it all over the world. But the exclusive versions, I was like, let's keep it UC Quest related specifically. But you'll just find it naturally. It'll be all over the place. But I didn't want it to just be like, oh, it's gonna be everywhere all the time. So that's why some people are saying maybe like, oh, I haven't seen it yet or something.
Yeah.
I just didn't want it to overpopulate the world.
So yeah, weapon mod. So this is the new Allied Armaments Longwatch AMR. So, and we were just talking about how like he didn't just kit bash this thing. He like took it into Blender and he had to build some parts, and he was in the military, and so he wanted to have guns that would actually function like in like real guns. So that was
I
kind of
can't
the
wait
point.
to release that stuff. I do like after this, if you're curious, or if anybody's part of the Darkstar um, community on Discord, you can
Yeah.
go in. I have my own channel, and I have screenshotted just some of the general changes that I've made
Oh,
to those weapons.
yeah. Let's take a
Um,
look. Hold on. I'm gonna show off your channel. I hope you don't mind. Let's
oh
see.
yeah, no, that's fine.
All right. So let's see.
If you play the game all the time, you'll definitely see the edits. But I try to show some friends that haven't played Starfield for a couple of years, and they're like, I mean, it looks really cool, but I
Where's
don't really.
your channel? I'm not seeing Spartan.
I have it pinned because there are a lot of channels on here, but it's let me
Wait.
see if I
It's
can.
not. Is it? Wait. It's not. What is the? Tell me your whole name on there.
Modern Spartan
Modern
Mods.
Spartan. Got it. Wait. Hold on.
Let me copy the
Modern.
link. I'll send you a message with it just in
Okay.
case.
Yeah, I'm not seeing
There you
it.
go.
Okay. Here we go. All right. So here we go.
Yeah, so I took some screenshots. I just threw the weapons together.
Is this?
Yeah, look at that.
Is that one of the? Okay. So tell us.
Yeah,
about
that's like a scout variation of it. It has the light barrel on it and the 3.5 scope, the short scope. It's just set up like a little closer, like mid range kind of, versus
Okay.
reach out and touch them kind of thing.
So like what? How would you put that together? Like what? Parts would you use to do a mid range? Tell me about that gun.
So you just put on that's a short scope. With this update, I changed it from a ×2 to a ×3.5, and then also I changed the overlay for it, so it kind of has like the cross reticle, but it also has like the little lines for like bullet drop. It just looked cooler, but this is just a mid-range scope and a light barrel on it, so it makes it a little bit more responsive to like those closer range engagements versus putting on, say, like the bull barrel and like the full range optic. Because the sniper optic, I don't think that you're even using that one yet on your builds, but that's a ×10 optic now from
wow.
I think a ×6. So that one you can reach out really far if you put the full length barrel and everything on, but it's not as easy to hit those closer range shots. At least as far as like my testing and stuff, it seems like it's way easier to hit if you have those lighter barrels and get those better stats.
Okay. Let's take a look
If you
at the next one.
Yeah, if you there's the updated image right there that will be on
This one?
right below.
Oh, this.
Yeah, that. Yeah, so this is the updated image that will be on the creation. If you look at the old one, I actually had a typo in here, and I didn't realize it, but it was Breen Force. So that's kind of the little joke that's going on in the Darkstar server. Is it'll always be Bryn Force in our hearts. But this has the new the new textures up on the top, as well as kind of like a little sneak peek of where you'll find these legendary variants down there on the bottom. And I also
Oh,
updated
okay.
the stats for the damage, because I increased it from what hard target has is 120 for damage. This is now 145, so it's a little more anti-material.
Okay. Now tell us
Just
about
some.
this. Is this anything different or?
No, that's just I was just putting together the custom skins. It was pretty complicated because it's a bunch of different weapon pieces, so I had to figure out like what all the different materials were that were being used with it. So I was just sharing that with people as I was going, making the different skins and showing them off in there. But up a little bit, there's some like bashed together images. There's the anti-material gray. Oh, click on that one. So that's actually in there. You see those little boxes. So on a Sabot round, which is the new like super armor piercing round that I made, a Sabot has plastic bits that encase that big long dart like bullet to fit into the actual casing. So whenever you fire it, those plastic pieces fly out, and you can see like videos of tanks and stuff that use Sabot rounds, and they blast out the plastic. So I was trying to get that to show up in first person, but it wasn't showing up on there, and I didn't want to like attach it with a script or do something crazy. I just wanted it to be a very simple edit
Okay. I
to.
can see them.
So
Hold on.
you'll see it. Yeah, you'll see it in first person. You won't see them, which is what my real hope was. But in third person, you will catch them from time to time. They're very subtle and they don't stick around for very long. But just something that I was trying to pull off with the Sabot round to really sell
Wow. That's really
that it's an
cool.
actual Sabot. But up a little bit is the images. One more. Keep a little bit more. Sorry, keep going.
Okay.
Giga Chad. I'm actually a Chad, by the way. That's why we screenshotted that. There you go. Okay, so here's the combat tech edits that I've done. So, what stands out to you there that you play the game all the time? Do you use any of the combat tech stuff?
Usually the Beowulf. I don't
So we
know.
have
Tell me.
on the Eon up there, it has a threaded barrel. So the barrel, because it's a 777 round on every single one of the weapons, the barrel you'll actually be able to look through and see the bullet in the chamber. It has a threaded barrel on there to kind of give it a reason that you would mount something to the end of it. I changed for the textures and stuff. It's all yellow and red, so it matches like what the Beowulf is, because the Kadoma and the Eon both have like orange for some reason, and then the drum beat kind of just doesn't seem to follow it. But it's almost like they had like different people working on it, and someone's like, oh, blue and orange looks great, and then someone else was saying, oh, the yellow and red looks good. So I just wanted to standardize that yellow and red, and I've actually since then made the drum beat have a red trigger, just so then that gold, yellow, red, white all kind of blends evenly throughout it. But different optics, longer barrels, like the drum beat has a longer barrel and like a larger optic. There's multiple sizes of that same optic that I've made, but just basically take everything that combat. Yeah, a little. Oh, actually, that's just the standard mounting point for it. It just has a little red dot sight. And a better looking suppressor. I could not handle the suppressor that they put on that thing by default. It looked like it was a pistol suppressor, so that's what I turned it into. But I'm taking all the pieces from all of the specific manufacturers, and I'm connecting them throughout the entire line of their weapons, so that then things that you would be able to use on one, you could use on another. Mainly optics and let's say like some of their muzzle devices and stuff. So just trying to standardize things and make things grammatically correct and kind of fix some of the random plot holes that you have with their development cycle, I guess. But that the long barrel, I have a lot of fun turning the drum beat into like a DMR style. That's a ×6 optic that's on there, so you can just put it on semi-automatic and put the smaller magazine on it, and it's pretty fun to use.
Huh. That's cool. You might actually get me to use the drum beat because I don't usually use it. Are you
The
gonna?
Kadoma, that's another one. Longer barrel. You can actually put a little short optic on it. It turns it from like a little SMG into almost like a carbine kind of thing.
Huh.
Anyways, you were saying?
Oh,
Actually use the drum beat?
Yeah, I don't like the drum beat. I just don't like the look of it, is most of it. But so you might get me to actually use it. Are you gonna? Oh, I was gonna ask. Are you gonna put those same skins on all these?
I was thinking about
skins, like per manufacturer or something.
I just wanted to standardize the colors by default. I'm gonna. The interesting thing is because I'm editing the existing stuff, the custom textures that you would put on, like all the custom skins, they still work, but just not in the pieces that I've changed. So really, I just have to fix those and make sure that those work. But just for like the base level weapon that you would find, that's kind of my goal, is to put together like combat tech, allied arms, Laredo, and kind of have them all
standardized
with my edits standardized, like even down to some of the decals and even the calibers. Like you look on one weapon and it says one caliber, and then on the magazine for that weapon it'll say a different caliber. So it's like just the amount of random variation that you get from just multiple people having their hands on it through development was like too much for a meticulous person like me. So that's what I'm doing, is just going through, making them actually be able to function as weapons with their anatomy, being able to look down the barrel, see the bullets, and then also standardizing all the decals and like the colors, and adding in all the attachments that you would find on these different weapons. Like, why couldn't I use this optic on this? It's by the same company. That kind of thing is trying to be fixed.
Right. What have you had any conversations about weapons with Angry Mechanic? Because he definitely has
no.
thoughts. He has thoughts.
No, I haven't, but I'm watching him build. He's streaming pretty consistently. He's working on some cool stuff for Neon at the moment, so that's really all I've seen.
Yeah, you should talk to him about guns. It'd probably be fun talk.
Good interaction.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so these are some more?
Oh, yeah,
wow, I like this a lot better.
Yeah, longer barrel. Funny thing about the way that they do the muzzles, a lot of them, like a lot of their geometry isn't actual geometry, but it's just almost like baked down into a texture. So that's some of the things that I've done, is like open up the holes on like the ports if you have a muzzle brake, or actually make it a hole that you can look down the barrel and standardize what the threading looks like. Because if you go from the short barrel to the long barrel, it's like a different person worked on it, and it kind of looks the same, but it's really not. So that's like just the little nitpicky stuff that I'm doing, but I'm also trying to make the weapon just feel like it actually functions better.
So what branch of the military were you in?
I was in the Marine Corps for 5 years. Okay. Artillery cannoneer.
Wow. Yeah, artillery. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
From 10 to 15. Yeah, but I really do like my weapons, and there's like, I was doing these edits before I realized I was going to be a verified creator. I was doing them all for myself, and now I'm trying to figure out like, how do I package these? Because also it changes some of the ways that you attach weapons. Like stocks will be separate from grips, kind of like it is on Longwatch, versus grip is kind of a universal category throughout all of them. So when you're messing with stuff, you're like, oh, well, this changes the grip and the stock for this one thing. I wanted to separate that out and also just throw my own flavor into it, I guess.
That's great.
The breech, that magazine now holds 12 instead of 6, for instance.
Okay. Wow.
like on the actual model, and that wasn't very easy to do. But it seems like it's more of like an AA-12 style weapon. So I'm just putting my own flavor on it to really sum everything up.
Mm-hmm.
Just try and make it like somebody that loves weapons and knows weapons is making sure that it fits their love for guns, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted
That's really cool.
a summary. Thank you. I don't know if I did. I didn't do any of the Laredo stuff. I did do the Crimson Fleet. I did a couple things. Those weapons
Okay.
were pretty jacked up. They
Yeah,
were
tell me about it.
very thick and very very wide. So I had to change like receivers to be a little bit shorter, and you'll see some mid-range level barrel attachments for some of the Maelstrom down there. I made like a mid-range barrel for it, and up at the top, if you see that do you see that tiny little red dot size optic on top of the crack in there? That guy is part of. They didn't really have an actual red dot, so I decided to make that one based on concept art of what was on their weapons to begin with, because their red dot sight is almost more like a mid-range kind of scope. So I don't know how to package this or what to call it, but I just love weapons, and I'm meticulously editing them and making them to where they feel more like the magazines are not crazy long, and things actually feel like they fit. So
Right.
however I end up packaging that up for different creations, it's gonna be just by manufacturer.
You should just call it the Marine Edit.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just me taking my Marine Corps level autism for weapons and putting it in here and making it work.
That's funny.
Like you couldn't did you I don't know
Yeah,
if you
look at
knew
that.
this, but you can't take the laser off of the Maelstrom. It's always on there.
Huh.
And on one of the edits that I'm doing with like lasers, I actually make lasers detectable by enemies, so that's not good if I can't take that off. So
Right.
I made it to where you can take it completely off like it is on the sniper variation above, and then it's an option to be able to put it on.
Gotcha. Wow.
I don't know. It won't be for everybody, but anybody that loves guns or thinks like, hey, the Starfield guns look a little fat or a little wacky, or the magazines are like way too long, or have any sort of little nitpicky stuff, I've already thought of it, and I'm already working on every single bit of it. So, but if you know and love the game and you see the weapons, and you know the difference of it, that's gonna kind of be the people that'll eat that up.
Right.
But not to completely sidebar the whole conversation or anything with that. But that's kind of like I was doing those edits, and then I realized AA-12 or the Allied Armaments doesn't have a sniper. So it was like that was the kind of what led me into let's make a full custom weapon versus just individual weapon edits.
That's crazy. I'll tell you, as far as like what people are would want, I would put a couple of skins with each one. Just that
Oh
are
yeah,
different.
the existing ones
Like
are
different
going
ones.
to work, but I also want to come up with like manufacturer specific skins too. So there will be like all of the ones that already work with free lanes will already be there, and then there will be like maybe a couple new ones.
Yeah,
in there for it.
So Knightley's wanting to know, what are you doing next? Is it this? This is what you're doing.
No,
Yeah.
actually,
Okay.
I'm currently working on a select fire mod, so being able to switch your fire rate on the go, and I currently separated it out and rebuilt it fresh from my other work, and it works for vanilla weapons, but I had to really sit and bring it back to the drawing table because it worked for vanilla based weapons, and I had a patch for Longwatch to be able to use it. But the problem was that it's not going to just stay there. All the custom weapons that are out there for creations would want to utilize a system where you can select the fire rate of the weapon on the go. So I had to come back and figure out, okay, if you have this base level creation of true select fire, which is what it's going to be called, how do you connect other weapons into it and not have them overriding the base level script? And that's kind of how I was figuring out, like I'm trying to figure out a solution, and I have of like how you're going to be able to take, like, say one of Bub's weapons and make it compatible with select fire, as well as I'll make Longwatch a let's say like an example for it, for how it's going to utilize like a smaller script that's going to report back to the main script, or try and pay attention to it, so that then those select fire options and everything just work. So you'll be able to run around, take those single shots from like long range, and as you get up close into the map, just press the selector either through a power, like a Starborn power that you'll use, or there will be a gameplay option where you can just utilize a like a quick select 8 item, and you'll click that and it'll swap the fire rate of the weapon on the fly. So I figured that would be the most impactful, and also something that's not going to be like super crazy in depth with how it connects into everything else. But I have custom ballistics, which I really can't wait to show you guys. Like I almost want to do like a separate video, but when I released Longwatch, I made it a small master and it broke my patch going back into my original work. So I wanted to try and get a little bit of that footage in my YouTube video, but it broke. But I have custom ballistics that the bullet that you're firing is actually the exact caliber for the weapon that's flying through the air, and it has the ability to like have different bullet drop rates depending on the barrel sizes and everything. So you're firing hundreds of different actual projectiles just depending on how you set up the weapon. So
Wow.
yeah,
You-
super duper sidebar into all my work, but it all kind of is like one thing at the moment, and it plays as one thing. So I got to figure out how to separate it to where people can modularly connect what they really want.
Wow. So when do you think that will be out? I mean, I guess you're trying to solve certain problems with it, right?
It's not necessarily problems, but more so like how do I separate it into individual pieces that are
Right.
packageable, but that connect back into everything. So if you downloaded all my stuff, you would end up with the result that I have right now as like one solid thing. But it's complicated when you're thinking about like overwrites, and you're thinking about, okay, if somebody downloads this mod and they're connecting in, how do I make sure that like they get the actual desired changes that I'm looking for
Right.
in the end result? Or if they don't, does the piece that they want just work the way that it should?
Well, I'm happy to
So what's
test
next?
for you. Happy to
Yeah,
test
no,
for
I will absolutely drop you stuff. You can mess with it as soon as I have something. I'll
Oh,
probably
yeah.
drop you a select fire to test out.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. So Tabs mod says backup on your backup. Highly recommend when editing mods. Leah, let me tell you, I have an archive file that's separate from the Starfield thing. I have a stick drive that my entire archive is on, and then I have a 2 terabyte portable hard drive that has all of that stuff on it too. That's like how anytime I work on my mods, that's what I do. I like make sure
I lost a
back up your
lot in the
backups.
beginning because of that specifically. So I've been very careful, but one of the things that saved me is working with master ESM files whenever I'm testing. Sometimes the creation kit will
Oh yeah.
corrupt your ESP, but because of the plugin bridge where we can take an ESM and turn it back into an ESP as long as it's
Right.
a
Oh my
master file,
gosh.
it works.
Yes.
And that saved me probably a good 20 times over the last 2 years of me just messing with this stuff in general. So
Yeah, you just always have to save. Basically, don't make it little until the very second you're sending it to Bethesda. That's what I've learned. So.
well, also
Don't
looking
compact
back, I wouldn't have gone about things like making one file with all of the changes that I want from the beginning. I probably would have separated it out if I knew, hey, I'm going to be a verified creator and release all this.
Right.
But I was almost doing it just for myself because it was like the stuff that I wanted to see.
Right.
Longwatch and like kind of around that area was where I was like, hey, like I got the 3D modeling aspect and stuff. I could probably become a verified creator. So it was almost like now I got to go back and clean everything up and make everything fresh and make it its own individual thing and make sure that they all connect back in the way that you would expect them to if you have all of it, or if you just say I only like this one thing that you have, it'll work with vanilla just fine.
Mhm.
Do you want to find another legendary variation, or
Oh, sure. Hold on. Let's see. Let's go
find the actual sniper? Try and get back on track with this. It's very easy to get off track when we're just talking about everything that I've done. The gourmet facility production center there.
Oh, that's a bummer, Tabs. I mean, I can tell you that I've had to go through the Unity many a time because
Good to
of
go for landing.
mods. So, testing mods, updating mods, all that.
Yeah, things just break. I have to make test files just because like scripts become stale and old, and you make a bunch of changes and try and jump back into the game, and the game's like, whoa, there's a whole lot different than there was.
Okay.
Let's see if you could just find it naturally. I'll try and not give you a hint. Just walk and see if you can find it. It's very obvious. It's not inside a building or anything. It's just along the normal path that you'd be walking. Watch you not even take the normal path, and I gotta tell you where it's at. It's all on its lonesome.
I think it's funny someone brought their soda in the toilet with them. It's like, really? Okay. Don't ask me why I'm loading stuff. I can't help myself. I have issues. Okay, let's see.
That's like half of the game right there is
Oh, I know.
finding
for
things,
maintenance.
inventory management. Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't want to set it too far off of the main path. So like if somebody just walked right past this building and they were just going to where they were going, that's kind of how I wanted to set it up.
Ooh. Alright, let's see.
Pack rat. Somebody said pack rat. How can you not be a pack rat in Starfield?
Oh, I know.
There's too much stuff to pack.
It's what's funny is this game isn't nearly as bad about inventory management as some other games I've played.
You were looking right at it. See that weapon box down there? Next to the elevator?
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't get there yet. I'm getting there.
Yeah, like I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. Yep, there she is.
Let's see.
So I put the new armor piercing Sabot round on here,
Okay.
in place of the 5-round magazine, just because they both use the 5-round capacity. So I figured that with instigating and hitman should be a winning combination for long range. Check out the scope zoom on that though.
Wow.
So I got the wider field of view now with this. It felt like the square would fit it really well. So that's another one of the little changes that I made. I think I was just using the basic sniper scope at first. On my file, I actually have like see-through optics, so I had to pick what vanilla overlays looked the best. Where with mine, like if I'm looking down it, I actually have like 3D modeled out crosshairs with like parallax and like the reticle moves in the thing, and you're actually looking down the screen of it. So part of like the vanilla function that I had to bring back to it when I brought it over to be its own thing separate from my work.
Oh, we're gonna go kill some. Hold on. There should be some like right over here. Here we go.
So someone said, that's funny, that weapon box is not in my game. I'm looking at it in the same place. So version 1.0 of Longwatch does not have the legendary locations. This is version 1.1 that's currently in testing by Bethesda and will be released. And that'll have the custom weapon skins, all these locations for the legendaries, as well as some other just general edits. Because Longwatch was my first... It was like the first time that I had ever published a paid creation. So I was kind of learning the process with it. And they just said, hey, it's done with QA. Are you good with it? And I said, yeah, I think that I'm good. But I didn't realize that I wasn't the one that pressed the publish button. They do. So when it released, they just kind of preemptively published it before I realized that it was going to. So this is the patch of me putting the final touches on it. So any of the feedback that anybody's given me has already been fixed and is in this 1.1 patch that she's currently testing.
Alright, where's the other one's on the vigilance, so I have to get like arrested?
Yeah, if you just go break the law, they'll arrest you and you'll find it. In my YouTube video, it's like, you could do this, but we're law-abiding UC distinguished pilots, right? Like we don't break the law.
Did you just download it, Art Dies? Cause I was able to find it in the vendor. Oh, were you supposed to be able to find it in the vendor?
So if you're a level 40 or above, you'll find it on version 1.0. People said that they wanted to add earlier levels, so I put it at level 20 to match what the hard target is. So
she's level
with version 1,
she said.
So I would just check around, like if you go to Neon and then bounce back to like New Atlantis and then to like Laredo, I think you should be able to find it anywhere that they have snipers at. Like it's all over the place, but it's not a 100% guarantee that you'll find it because I didn't want to overload I didn't want it to just be
40%?
everywhere.
40% chance each
Yeah,
time?
yeah, it's a 40% chance. So sometimes you'll find it, sometimes you won't. Yeah, just my unluck.
Yeah, I have like the worst RNG. So yeah, I hadn't found it anywhere until someone told me to try Neon Tactical. So
It's a fine balance of like making sure that people can find it, but also not making it to where every single vendor and every enemy that you kill is just all over the place. It makes it not feel special. So that's kind of how I was trying to go about it. Is make it feel like it's, you know, ooh, look what I found, versus like, oh, there's another one and another one. But just regular gameplay, you will definitely come across them. I usually have like 2 that are spawning at vendors. There's also whatever tactical store. Oh, you're getting arrested. That's what you're doing. Okay.
I've got special orders. You're coming with me. Prepare for immediate transport to our vessel.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Stand by to be transferred.
There's that other weapon vendor that's in. So you have UC distribution, but you also have
I'm telling you.
what's the one that's over in the residential district there, next to CJ's?
Oh, Centauri.
Yeah,
Centaurian or Century or Centurion, something like that.
Yeah, I've seen several that spawn there.
Centaurian.
Keep an eye on our guest. I'll be right back.
can't stand a
Just sit
Conde.
tight. The commander wants to have a little chat. The prisoner is ready, sir.
Little did you know, I got arrested on purpose so I can steal something from
I
your
know.
ship. Would that be tacky to just set it as an owned weapon? So then, if you take it,
I hope
you're
comfortable.
stealing.
You're stealing.
Go to this
Yeah, don't do that. That'd be a pain.
Make it where you gotta firefight off the ship with it
Not
My
this
gosh.
time.
if you get arrested, or if you're doing the normal quest line, then it's free. That would make it interesting.
Like you spent some time dabbling in
I won't do that. That's a joke.
It's pretty far from what we deal with around here. But
Alright, I'm just gonna.
I also see that you. Oh, and look at that. Good. You'll find now that we have that out of the way.
One thing that I did add to the leveled lists for 1.1 is the ability for it to show up as an automatic variation. I didn't hit that. I missed it. So I went back and added it to the automatic level list. So if you're in a vendor, you'll find it like that if they sell automatic level weapons.
Of course you have a choice. So, what do you say? Smart choice. I'm going to have one of my men escort you to the
Okay,
operations
so
center.
it's.
I strongly suggest that you don't give him any trouble. And don't bother trying to leave the ship. I think you'll find all access to the docking area.
Oh, cool, Tank McMaster. This guy is like a master decorator. Tank. He does a great job.
Alright, let's go.
Nice. I'll have to
Alright.
check out some of his stuff.
So,
Yeah,
you
he's
took
a
the
streamer,
op
so-
instead of serving the time.
Go to the main bridge.
Okay.
Going in all alone, infiltrating
They're gonna
the
lead you there anyways.
You've got
Yeah.
a lot of guts. Still, it makes you wonder, especially with the stories that go around.
So this is kind of
The one about how the
the way that I wanted to set it up is like how you've been able to do it. Just go get the weapons. You don't have to be doing the quest line if you don't want to. That's how I tested it, was doing it through the quest line, which if you're just going to be doing it, you're naturally going to find it, which is nice. But if you're just like, I just want them, they're not locked behind doors that script from quests have to unlock or any of that stuff. It'll just be seamless. Besides this one, you just have to go steal or be a good boy or girl and do it the right way. It's up to you. However your whatever type of person your character is.
Excuse me.
Take out the grab drive, baby.
Yeah. What's a heat leech doing on our ship?
I know, he's my pet.
I thought that was funny that he was like seeking out the enemies and finding the ones that were hidden
Yep.
Alright.
for you, like in that box. That was
Yeah.
that was hilarious.
They're great. They're like the best pets ever.
Chaos. I need chaos.
Yep.
Well, there's plenty of that to go around.
Pardon.
All right, so just take a left and go into the little back room once you go in here. Yep, right there.
Oh, that's funny. I usually go in here anyway. Ooh, magazine.
I really wanted to switch that magazine out for an Allied Armaments, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna edit the existing stuff. I
Yeah,
don't
well,
want
yeah,
to
that
mess
could-
anybody's game up.
That could
But like
throw
it,
something out, yeah. You could add
Yeah.
it. You could put an extra one. So.
I could, but at the same time though, I didn't want to edit more than I needed to throw it in. Yeah, so with this one you have the extended magazine, so you'll have 25 shots instead of 15, and then also it has a faster rate of fire.
Nice.
And that long or the large magazine and short barrel, so it's set up for your CQB boarding action.
Ah, there you are. Excellent. Now that we've established your level of cooperation with us,
Do you have to
This is the
do you have to
operation.
do this to actually get off the ship if you steal?
I
I think you
think
do, right?
so.
Yeah. Yep, so a little extra step if you want to get it the easy
there were
way.
pirates that- We are currently in the We are
Oh.
currently in the source. Whether this ship is impressive, we need the catch is that I do. Our intelligence has. She works for them.
I'm just gonna.
You'd better hope so. Once
It's
you
like a
bluff your
long
way into
talk.
the club, that's where my second in command.
And if you guys need a refresher
to
on
get
the
going.
legendary locations,
Remember.
I made a little 13-minute. I tried to condense as much info on the weapon down as possible for my first YouTube video, but I do run to these locations and show you on the star map and everything where they're at in case anybody's not directly familiar.
Okay.
Good luck.
All right. So yeah, so this is great. Thanks for coming on today and telling us all about this. And
Yeah, of course.
and I'm gonna. What I'll do is I'll edit up this video a little bit and put it on YouTube probably this afternoon. So I think I'm gonna make my husband go to lunch with me first.
Yeah, yeah.
We're
There you
gonna do
go.
that. So, but yeah,
Well,
thank you.
yeah, it was cool getting into a little sidebar on some of the other stuff that I'm working on, because really that's the first stuff that I had. I look forward to releasing that and showing you guys just the meticulous level Marine that loves firearms and ballistics and bullet drop and stuff. I don't like personally playing the game anymore with just regular bullets. It was kind of a hard pill to swallow to get the Longwatch out, but I had to make it work with vanilla stuff. But
Right.
the bullet drop and everything feels solid. Like I'm using Battlefield as like a standardization of like how does leading your shots and focusing on that bullet drop and everything, how should it feel? And I feel like I've nailed that that formula pretty well for this. So look forward to it. It was a pleasure going over this with you guys, and if you have any questions, you can find me on Discord. You can send me a message. I'm also in the Darkstar chat. I just recently joined that community. Awesome community. And I'm regularly in chat. So if you guys ever want to drop in, ask questions or anything, like I'm easily accessible.